Hi, it's Jane with Scraptasticyarns, and I have a few shout-outs for you today. Okay, here we go. Ryan and Kayla. Ryan and Kayla are a husband and wife living in Ottawa, Canada. They love to travel, especially cruises, so they are sharing their experiences and tips and tricks that they've learned along the way. Now, Kayla also has a gluten allergy, so she also shares her personal tips on how to cruise and travel when you're a celiac. So, check them out. Lulu's Way. Lulu travels part-time in a converted mini cargo camper van, and she does it Lulu's way. Now, she has also lost a great deal of weight, and she talks about that and the things that she did to help her lose her weight. So, yeah. Then we have Hark Crafts. This is Kim. She does a lot of tutorials and advice. She also does crochet, darning. I think you'll enjoy. Then we have the Happy Knitting Podcast. This is Julia. Primarily it is knitting and spinning, but she does also do some crochet. Then we have the Desert Mermaid. Now, this is Carrie. She says she calls herself a fun-loving mermaid type from Buffalo, New York, living in semi-retirement in Las Vegas. She is a reseller, selling goods at a booth in Charleston Antique Mall in Decatur, selling on Whatnot and on Facebook. So she's going to share with you all kinds of adventures with her hubby, kids, and friends, and also some of those reselling tips. Next we have Black Sheep Knitting Projects. These are yarn and tutorials from a Black Sheep Knitting yarn store in Needham, Massachusetts. Now this next one is Magically Dyed Yarns. These are two sisters, Sam and Steph, and they are yarn dyers, and they take you along that journey with the yarn dyeing. They do primarily knitting, share projects, those kind of things. Then there is Homestead Corner. This is Jenny. She lives in the western foothills of the White Mountains, and here she is going to share simple and easy preparedness and self-reliance tips. So you're going to find this family rather interesting to watch many of the things that they do in preparation, and as well as a lot of homesteading things. Then there is Aerobic Inc. Now, all of these are in Vietnamese, but they are some great workouts, mostly to music. They're extremely easy to follow and to watch. And this is a different way to help you along those weight loss journeys. Then we have Grocery Addict. This is Jackie. She is an Aldi fan, so she shares all about her shopping at Aldi and her meal plans. She hopes that she can give you ideas and inspiration in preparing meals for you and your family. She does do a lot of weekly grocery hauls, along with what she calls an associated meal plan. She'll introduce you to the meal plan she is planning and then the shopping haul that she does this. She also talks about buying household items and gift from the famous Isle of Shame. And she, as she puts it, 80% of her things come from Aldi. She's not a gourmet cook, trained chef, medical expert, but she does enjoy talking about diet and different styles of food. She is goofy, family-oriented, a lover of food, and an intermittent faster. Now that's primarily why I watch her, because I like the tips and tricks that she gives. Now the next channel is Rosie's Closet. This is Crystal, and she has a big love for vintage and retro fashion. She also has a passion for Volkswagens and vintage t-shirts. Now, she is also a reseller on Poshmark, Mercari, Grailed, and eBay. So they document how they source their inventory, list it, they share it, and sell it. So if you are looking for ideas as being a reseller, this is a great channel to use as a resource. Then there is the Grateful Queen. This is Quinby. She also is about reselling online. She is a part-time reseller. She shops at thrift stores, yard sales, estate sales, and the bins, or at Goodwill Outlet. She buys stuff to sell on sites like eBay and Poshmark for profit. And there are a lot of people that do this, and you can learn a lot from them. This is something you're interested in. She does a lot of thrift with me videos and try on thrift hauls. And also, she also shops at ThredUp. Now, there is, ThredUp has a box called a rescue box, and which is kind of interesting because many times you're going to get great deals that you can resell later on, those kind of things. But buyer beware with them because sometimes you'll get a bad box. She does a lot of those mystery unboxings, ThredUp unboxings, those kind of things. She also shops from wholesale and liquidation clothing to also buy product for her online business. So, she is also going to share all those tips and tricks of being self-employed and working from home. But she is also a full-time psychotherapist. And she has another channel called The Grateful Therapist as well. So you've got two channels in this young lady. A lot of these you're going to find are resellers. I went down a different rabbit hole this time. It was kind of fun to see. Because, as someone who sells myself online, you can learn a lot of tips and tricks from some of these other resellers as well. So, then there's Amanda Pruitt. Amanda says she is just a hot mess mama of 3 making dreams happen. She resells for fun. She does social media entrepreneur for her career. She uses her channel to share her reselling journey in hopes to help others find success as well. Then there is Vintage Discoveries. This is Sally. I just love watching some of the things that she shares on her channel. She usually goes to antique stores, thrift, and Goodwill. She loves vintage jewelry, and she shows some of the most amazing pieces that she has purchased. Now, she also shares those. She also enjoys making those kind of vintage jewelry haul videos. She also has an eBay store where she sells some of those things. She has loved gems and jewelry since forever. So she finds that gemstones you're going to find are awful beautiful, and you know that I love gemstones. So, this is a great channel to not only learn about gemstones, but see some of the beautiful items that are made with the different gemstones, especially in some of the vintage jewelry. Then there is the Purposeful Pantry. This is Darcy. She is learning about dehydrating food so that she can create a fully stocked pantries with shelf-stable food that her family already loves. So she is going to share with you about saving your garden harvest, taking advantage of grocery store deals, and preserving that food through dehydrating, canning, freezing, and more. And she's also going to teach you about how to use those foods to create meals for your families. Then we have Southern Wife, and this is Southern Wife Everyday Life. This is a young lady, Tamara. She is a wife and work from home mom. She loves to cook, bake, prep, and grocery shop. So she's going to share her everyday life about her family, cooking, and homemaking. This next channel, I thought the name of it was very interesting. Atomic Shrimp. Atomic Shrimp is about ideas. Ideas that lead to crafts, inventions, recipes, investigations, new skills, and the general appreciation of being alive. It's also about looking at the world with curiosity and wonder, appreciating the small things, loving the underdog, embracing new things at the same time as cherishing older traditions, and sometimes turning those upside down. Now, this channel uses Discord for sneak previews of upcoming content and projects and discussion of the stuff that's related to the channel. So you get a bonus if you want to join their Discord channel. Then there is Travel Spree. This one is a very interesting channel about traveling and vacations, about seeing breathtaking views. This is Vane and Laura. They are an interracial couple making family-friendly travel vlogs. Their goal is to bring you with them along on their experience to see what the world has to offer. They also plan to offer hassle-free travel advice, cruise trips, and how to travel advice around common mishaps that you may have around certain types of travel. They both love going on cruises, music festivals, and experiencing seasonal events around the world. So they're just getting started and they are sharing all of that with you. Then we have The Theory of Simple. This is Eunice. Home, car, plane, or train. She's gonna have you prepared for just about everything and anything. She is a simple gal on a simple journey towards a simple life. Not trying to be perfect, but finding a way to make it better than it was. She splits her time between the East and West Coast, city and country life. So she does a lot of traveling. So you're going to find a lot of travel hacks on her channel. Her motto is Juice Life. Drink the joy and keep life simple. So she's hoping you will follow her on this journey. No, then we have J Then O Mad. This is to talk about the crazy things that are going on in today's world. That's all it's about. Then we have Forgotten Ways Farms. This is Daniel and Abby Jo. They show you all kinds of things about slow living, simple living, cozy cottage, hygge, Hygge. Always forget how to pronounce that. Cottage house homesteading, back to basics, simplicity, all kinds of things like that. You're going to find recipes and more on their channel as well as their blog. They're going to show you slow living lifestyle, simple living, hygge, back to basics, cottage gardening, and a lot of cozy content at their cottage. This next channel is basically about sewing bags. This is Ann Bonnie Bags. This channel is for those who love to create, making beautiful bags, and love a channel. In other words, fearless bag makers. Her name is Uni Marie Berg. She's Norwegian. She has been living in the Bahamas for the last 13 years. She lives in Great Guana Cay in Abaco, small island in the Bahamas. So, and she also talks about they were hit very very hard by Hurricane Dorian. And of course, sometimes they still have power outages, internet. And she talks about it's already been 2 years since the hurricane. These are still ongoing things. She does talk about the Bahamian history, um, as well as all kinds of things, as well as the piracy of those elements. She talks about back in those days, women were owned by their fathers, brothers, or husbands, so becoming a pirate was one of the few ways a woman could be free. As a female pirate, you had to be braver, more fearless than men. So she names all her bags after famous female pirates from all over the world. She teaches you, her channel is mostly about free tutorials and hoping to get you inspired to create something truly unique and beautiful. She does have some great patterns there as well. Then there is cultivating a creative life. This is Coral. She documents her creative journey and the joys also that come from her gardening. So she's going to take you along in her journey with knitting, yarn dyeing, gardening, baking, and other crafty adventures that she dips into. She lives in Zone 6B, and she is on her 3rd year of gardening, so she is still learning. So she hopes to spark some inspiration in you to pick up a craft, put your hands in the soil, and find a way to cultivate joy and creativity in your own life. Our next channel is Woolen Words. This is Mariah, and this Woolen Words is a place where she talks about her hobbies. She talks about her hobbies, mainly poetry, writing, and knitting. She shares her creations and what she's learning along this lifelong process. And isn't that always something that we're doing? A lifelong process through everything? Alright guys, that is it for today's shoutouts. I hope you will find a few that you'll like to see. Check them out. I know they're not going to be for everybody, but some of them are fairly interesting. Alright, as always, be kind to one another, love one another, get out there and see this big, beautiful world we live in, and I will see you again sometime soon. Bye.